Welcome to Cooking with Andrea. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody. I've been away for a bit. Oh, computer problems like crazy, but Santa bought me a new computer, new everything, so I'm back flowing. And the holidays were beautiful. Hope all of your holidays were absolutely beautiful. And so I'm excited. I'm back in the kitchen now. Today I'm going to be making our traditional like French toast casserole breakfast we make. Because normally we have a lot of people over and boy, it sure is hard to make 30 slices of French toast. So I learned a couple years back, let's do it a faster way. So basically I just go get a loaf of sourdough, let it sit on the counter. It's hard. It's hard. You let it just get nice and hard on the outside because it is sourdough, but it gives it such a good texture. You can use, if you don't like sourdough or can't find it, you can use a simple just French loaf. So I just cut them kind of big chunks, rustic. I call them rustic. And I just cut them and like this. Because what's going to do is the liquid and the eggs I put in there, it's going to make it soften. It's going to stick together. If you want, normally I'm super uniform. I make all my sizes the same. But I just like it to be a little bit more rustic on this dish. So I'm not going to keep you in front of the camera long. You kind of got the gist of that. That's what I'm going to make them. So I'll go ahead. I'll put this to the side. And then what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and finish cutting that. Just so you see in my pan already, it's all nice and buttered here. Absolutely beautifully buttered. I have probably even a little bit more than I need. But I'd rather be nice and buttery and delicious because it is going to be French toast. Like I said, I'll come back. I'll finish cutting up my bread. Okay, so this is going to be my ingredients here. I have 8 eggs. And I'm just going to beat them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also got 2 cups of regular milk. This is going to go on my lovely French toast. But I'm just going to put this together real fast for you, but not the French toast. We'll come back and assemble together. I have a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Got to go in there and scrape some of that heavy cream out. That looks delish. I always get every drip I can. And then I'm just going to do 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Okay. I'll put that over here. And then I'm going to give a mix. Just get my eggs beaten. And then, like I said, I'll go ahead and finish cutting up with the bread. And then before I assemble, I'll come back and show you. Okay, so I have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I have a 4th teaspoon of nutmeg, a 4th teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar. So that's all going to go into this mixture. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wait until I get the bread cut. So here, I want to show you. This is going to be my topping for my French toast. Because I'm going to bake this. I have the oven preheating for about 30 minutes. I have I'm going to cook it at 350, have it preheating for 350. Okay, so this is the topping I'm going to put on. I'm going to put it in the bowl. It's a 1/2 cup of flour. And then it's a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Gonna make noise like jingle bells or something over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Me and my cinnamon today, can't say cinnamon today. And then I have 1 cube, which is a 1/2 cup of real butter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. And it has to be cold. It's kind of like when you're doing a crust, like a pie crust or something. I always do my my butter real cold. I had it in the fridge. And then what I'm going to do is just throw it in. And then I'm going to get my pastry cutter. Just mix it together. It's going to come out like little pebbles, just like you do any kind of topping. But I just want to show you so that we can get it in, because it can be kind of lengthy if I spend all this time on camera when I can just show you, and then when I come back, you know, I put everything in, everything's fine. So that's all I would do. I'll mix this real fine, then I'll get the butter incorporated, and what we'll do is we'll come back, and then what I'll do is I will show you that I have everything. We'll dump the liquid in, this all be mixed, and we'll go from there. Okay, welcome back. Bread is cut beautifully, nice and rustic. I went ahead and mixed the eggs into the heavy cream. Got everything incorporated. Now, like I told you, I'm going to take the brown sugar, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the granulated white sugar, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Now we're going to mix that. Okay. We're going to get it all incorporated in here. Oh, it smells delicious. Super, super easy. It takes me longer to prep everything, honestly. And it's not a hard prep, actually, if you were just doing it here and no camera. It's super easy. You would just put, 2 cups of milk in, 3/4 cup of heavy cream, and you would just dump it all over your bread. Okay, so we're pretty mixed in. It's going to get mixed in again. I'll mix it probably about 15 minutes in. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and pour it in. I'm going to do it this way so you guys can see it. Everything looks fantastic. Okay. Just going to give it a mix. Just going to get all the bread incorporated into the goodness. Yum. Get this all incorporated. It's going to make the bread taste so good. Oh my gosh, the sourdough tastes so good. I love sourdough. I also like the brioche, but I like French toast. But this is an easy one. This one I can bake for 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how ooey gooey you like it or how dry and crispy you like the top. Sometimes what I do is if I want it even more gooey, I'll just put a whole cup of heavy cream, or I'll pour some on when it's cooking. I don't normally do that a lot, but I have a lot of butter in the pan, so it should make it nice and perfect the way I want it. I used to only do like a 1/2 cup, but I thought of heavy cream, but I thought 3/4 cup came out more, and it didn't make my my casserole too soggy. Okay, everything's nice and incorporated. Good enough. Looks fantastic. Looks like everybody got a little bath in the goodness here. Okay. And then you can also stir it, I would check it the first like 10-15 minutes. When it starts bubbling, just check it. If you want to give it another stir, that's fine. If you don't worry about it. Stir it how you like it right now. Okay, here's my crumble. This is my flour, butter, cinnamon crumble, and I'm just going to go like this, nice scatter chunks. And remember, it has a lot of butter. The gooey, the way it looks here, that's the butter. But I want these little chunks to get in everywhere, all this little goodness. And that's going to bring a little bit more cinnamon, because I put cinnamon in the batter, and I put cinnamon in this little butter crumble. So it's a really rich, buttery French toast. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go like this, because I want you to see it like this. This is what it looks like. It's going to go in the oven. I'm going to check it after 10-15 minutes. But I'm going to tell you something. On my French toast casserole, I'm bad. I love bacon. So, it doesn't go on right now because my bacon's already cooked. But when we are in the oven cooking, I'm going to take some of this bacon. I'm going to crunch it up. And it'll probably be about 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in. And then I'm going to put this bacon, crumble it really nice on top of this. But when I do that, that's when I'll bring it out to check it, and we'll see how it's doing, and I'll show you guys what I do. But we're going in the oven for 45 minutes to an hour right now. We'll be back. Okay, welcome back. 35-minute mark. Looks fantastic. Getting some crunch on it. Got a little bit left of liquid, about another 15 minutes, and this will be done. You want it to be still soft though. Okay, I was bad. I cut up all the bacon I had. I was bad. And what I'm going to do now is, we don't have too much longer, and I'm not going to use it all, because it doesn't have to be bacon forward, but this is how we like ours. Always have a little extra. And then if you didn't like it, and somebody else does like it in your family, just leave a little bit on the side like this. When we were at break, I did some pecans with some butter, and then I just put a tablespoon of syrup on it. So I have these wonderful kind of candied pecans, and let me tell you, this is going to be delicious. So we are good to go. I'm gonna pop this in the oven for another 15 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Oh my gosh, it has doubled in size. It smells delicious. And with my fork, you can see there's some crunchy parts right there of the sourdough. That's the wonderful thing about doing sourdough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut into it. And I'm gonna take my spoon and use my spoon like this. Absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna pick this piece of bacon up too. And I'll just put that like that. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of butter, even though I have enough butter on here. I'm just gonna let it sit over the top. Little pieces. And then, like I said, I made a few candy pecans. So I'm going to take a little bit of syrup. And it's really super hot. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bite first. Normally I let it cool for a few minutes. I'm going to try it with nothing on it though. Fantastic. I like the texture of it inside. I cooked it for 50 minutes. If you want, you can cook yours for an hour. Just try your topping inside. Or, I'm sorry, not your topping. Your texture inside. And this is what I'm talking about. Now, it will firm in a minute. As soon as this cools, it'll firm. It's steaming hot. But this tastes like when you have the French toast in the pan. It's absolutely excellent. That was my timer for 50 minutes. I'm going to take a few pecans and I'm going to put them on mine. Okay, so like I said, this is a fantastic dish, but now I'm going to really dive in. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to get some of that good topping. Look at how that looks. Oh my gosh, it looks fantastic. Hot. Very hot, but very hot. Very delicious though. The topping, it's absolutely tasty. If you like the content, if you would please like, share, and subscribe, I'd be most grateful. And I encourage everybody to do a small form of this, especially if you're a person who likes cinnamon rolls, bread pudding. To me, this is like the most upscale bread pudding. And like I say, give it a minute for it to cool right here, because it's nice and soft like in your pan would be when you were making French toast. If you let it cool for a minute, it'll just have so much even more flavor. But thanks everybody. Happy New Year, and thanks to all my beautiful subscribers. I'll be seeing you. Take care. Thank you.